Meet the new Pope of the Roman Catholic Church, Pope Leo XIV. He becomes the first Pope from the United States of America. Pope Leo XIV, formerly known as Cardinal Robert Francis, was born on September 14, 1955, in Chicago to a family of Italian, French, and Spanish heritage. Prevost's early life was marked by a deep commitment to faith and service. He joined the Order of St. Augustine in 1977, professing solemn vows in 1981. His academic pursuits led him to a degree in mathematics from Villanova University, a Master of Divinity from Catholic Theological Union in Chicago, and both licentiate and doctoral degrees in canon law from the Pontifical University of St. Thomas Aquinas in Rome. In 1985, Prevost embarked on a missionary journey to Peru, serving in Chulucanas and later in Trujillo. His roles included parish vicar, seminary rector, and canon law professor, reflecting a blend of pastoral care and scholarly engagement. His leadership qualities were recognized globally when he was elected Prior General of the Augustinian Order in 2001, a position he held until 2013. Pope Francis appointed him as the Bishop of Chiclayo, Peru, in 2014, and later brought him to Rome in 2023 to serve as Prefect of the Dicastery for Bishops, overseeing the selection of bishops worldwide. His elevation to cardinal in September 2023 further solidified his standing within the church hierarchy. Pope Leo XIV is known for his humility and approachability, but most importantly, Pope Leo is also known for his Eucharistic devotion, a trait that has marked both his pastoral ministry and his theological emphasis. His years as a missionary, seminary rector, and bishop were shaped by a reverence for the real presence of Christ in the Blessed Sacrament. The name Leo signifies the strong leadership and doctrinal clarity of the other Pope Leos who have gone before him. Pope Leo the Great famously defeated Adelia the Hun, and Saint Leo is one of the four great Western Fathers of the Church. The name means lion, which of course spiritually refers to strength of faith. Leo XIII was the first pope to be filmed and truly embrace technology. And perhaps this is one of the aspects that Pope Leo XIV will also embrace. Apparently he is also an avid tennis player, and those who knew him in Chicago warmly called him Father Bob. Here are 10 amazing facts about Pope Leo XIV. 1. Robert Francis Prevost was born on September 14, 1955. Raised in a devout Catholic family of Italian, French, and Spanish descent. His early years were grounded in a deep love for faith, service, and education. This cultural and spiritual richness would later shape his worldview and pastoral approach. 2. Joining the Augustinian Order. In 1977, Prevost entered the novitiate of the Order of St. Augustine, a Roman Catholic religious order inspired by the teachings of St. Augustine of Hippo. He made his solemn profession of vows a lifelong commitment to the order on August 29, 1981, marking the beginning of his religious life dedicated to community, study, and service. 3. Before becoming pope, Prevost was prefect of the Dicastery for Bishops, a key Vatican office responsible for overseeing the selection of bishops worldwide. His pastoral and theological outlook closely aligned with Pope Francis, under whom he served faithfully. He also spent many years as a missionary in Peru, ministering to poor communities and building the local church. His leadership of the Augustinian Order for 2 consecutive terms globally highlighted his administrative strength and spiritual maturity. 4. Academic background and canon law expertise. Prevost is a highly educated man with deep intellectual formation. He holds a Bachelor of Science in Mathematics from Villanova University in 1977, a Master of Divinity from the Catholic Theological Union in Chicago, and both a licentiate and doctorate in canon law from the Pontifical University of St. Thomas. His doctoral thesis explored the role of the local prior in the Order of St. Augustine, reflecting his deep interest in ecclesiastical governance and religious life. 5. Priestly ordination and early ministry. He was ordained a Catholic priest on June 1982 by Bishop Eugene A. Marino. After his ordination, he was sent to Peru in 1985 as a missionary. There, he served as Chancellor of the Territorial Prelature of Chulucanas, a remote and underserved region. This early missionary work deeply impacted his love for the poor and his hands-on pastoral approach. 6. Work in vocations and seminary leadership. From 1987 to 1988, Prevost returned to the U.S. to serve as pastor for vocations, and director of missions for the Augustinian province of Chicago. But his heart was still in Peru. He returned and spent the next 10 years as rector of the Augustinian seminary in Trujillo, where he taught canon law and formed future priests. He also served as parish priest, diocesan judicial vicar, prefect of studies, and director of formation, taking on multiple roles with great dedication. 7. In 1999, he was elected provincial prior of the Mother of Good Counsel province in Chicago. Then, in a major vote of global confidence, he was elected prior general of the Order of St. Augustine in 2001, a role he held for 2 terms until 2013. This international leadership role put him at the center of global religious affairs and deepened his connection with Augustinians across continents. 8. In 2014, Pope Francis entrusted Prevost with the pastoral care of the Diocese of Chiclayo, Peru, initially as apostolic administrator and later as bishop in 2015. His work there was widely praised for its humility and spiritual depth. He also became vice president and a permanent member of the Peruvian Bishops' Conference, serving from 2018 to 2023, reflecting his influence within the Latin American Church. 9. Apostolic Administrator of Callao. Between 2020 and 2021, he was additionally tasked with overseeing the Diocese of Callao, Peru, as Apostolic Administrator, ensuring pastoral continuity in a time of transition. This temporary assignment demonstrated the Vatican's continued trust in his ability to handle sensitive leadership roles with care and wisdom. 10. Elevation to Cardinal and Vatican appointment. In January 2023, Pope Francis appointed him prefect of the Dicastery for Bishops, one of the most powerful positions in the Vatican, responsible for recommending new bishops to the Pope. On September 30, 2023, he was elevated to the rank of cardinal, a critical step that placed him in the College of Cardinals, eligible to vote in papal conclaves. When Pope Francis passed away on April 21, 2025, Prevost was ultimately elected by his fellow cardinals to become the 267th Pope, choosing the name Leo XIV.